Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to your Hell in a Cell predictions, the red-headed stepchild of WWE programming this week.
Maria?
No, the Hell in a Cell.
Oh, we said redheaded stepchild.
Is she a stepchild?
I don't know, I just figure as much trouble as she causes, she might be.
This show has 3 matches announced. I'm assuming that some of them are going to be announced on Friday's show.
Oh, you know they will.
But, like...
They have to give the full card. They
had a whole 3-hour Raw show that did not add one match to this card.
That's true.
So, I don't know. I will not complain if this is a 3-match card that is like an in-your-house show that lasts like an hour. Do you have fond memories of those in-your-house shows?
I do. I actually remember like Taboo Tuesday where the audience got to choose.
Yeah.
I wish they'd do that more. But that's back when People Power was in charge.
Oh, Laurinaitis?
Yeah. He gave the power to the people to choose who was going to go against who and what kind of match it would be.
Yeah, so
the good old days.
we'll go through these whole 3 matches on this card.
Woo! This should take a while.
Other than that, I mean, I don't know what else we're going to do to fill time here. But
we could maybe guess on a couple matches.
Yeah, I probably should have looked into that more, but I only have the 3 written down.
That's alright, that's what you got your brain for.
We'll start with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper and Erick Rowan.
Are they the brothers of
Bludgeon
Brothers again? Or
it seems that they're just Harper and Rowan. They're a very different iteration, because in this case, Rowan is the mastermind.
Yeah.
Assumingly. Even after all they've done and all the times that they've beaten up Bryan, I still have the feeling in the back of my mind that at this show, Bryan's going to double-cross Reigns and then be the leader of that faction with Harper and Rowan.
And I've actually thought about that. Even before Harper even came back into the picture, I'm like, oh yeah, this is easy. I mean, Bryan's going to, he'll play the victim, for a few weeks, he'll be on Roman's side, and then when it really counts, he's going to turn his back and show his true colors.
But Rowan and Harper have beaten up Bryan so many times that if they do that, I'm just going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It would not make any sense at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the idea for Bryan is to be a babyface going forward here.
He doesn't play a good heel. Not to me.
I thought he was the best heel in wrestling for a few months.
Maybe if they gave him a better gimmick besides the environment.
Well, he doesn't do that anymore.
No, but
that's part of the problem.
To me, he hasn't done much since to be a heel, except being with Rowan.
I thought he was really good with the Kofi storyline and helping getting him over. And, like, there were some blips in between there, but they did the whole B-plus player thing. I thought Bryan was good in that. And Bryan and Rowan as a team, I liked still, just because Bryan is so good. But now, with it being Rowan and Harper, and they're trying to portray Rowan as, like, this mastermind character, but even, like, in the kayfabe world of things, it doesn't really make sense that he's a mastermind when, like, the whole thing with the Roman Reigns storyline just absolutely was bafflingly stupid.
Yeah.
When it took the biggest left turn when they introduced fake Rowan, and then they acted like it never happened.
I know.
The next week, we had nothing. I
think they made a mention of it, but that was it.
Yeah, it really doesn't make much sense what they did there, and they just ignored it. But that's what WWE does. I guess that's a case of, like, they didn't know what to do that week, so that they just figured this out.
Well, and they also figure that the audience is stupid and we're not going to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they've thought that for years, though.
Yeah, very true. So that whole thing, like, it hasn't been said either, but I feel like it should be said that Luke Harper was the one driving the forklift.
That'd be cool.
Even though they haven't said it.
That would be a good twist, though.
Because Well, at this point, it really wouldn't be a twist, I don't think, but it would at least
just in
string it together.
That part of the story.
Because all Rowan did was push, like, some crates over that didn't even land on Roman. They landed on the scaffold.
Yeah.
So, it would make sense for Harper to be the one that drove the forklift, but I guess they're still going with that it was a temporary employee.
Yeah.
You remember the day after that, they said that it was a WWE employee and it was a malfunction, and then later they even said that the normal forklift operator was out sick that day.
Yeah.
How ridiculous this thing has turned into.
But go back to where Rowan crashed the car, into Roman's car.
Assumingly it was Rowan.
Assumingly. Now, if you're trying to take somebody out, you're not going to hit the back of the car.
Yeah, when Roman was standing right there.
Yeah, he was standing. Right, I mean, he had his leg out, but he was in the driver's seat. But you're not going to hit the back of his vehicle trying to take him out, and you're not going to have a camera mounted on your car. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Because when they did that live, they didn't even show the camera on the car. But then when they replayed it, yeah. And they did the same thing with the scaffolding. They had a camera on the scaffold.
Yeah.
As it's falling down.
Yeah, and it's like, really? I mean, I know you think we're stupid, but this stupid?
Yeah. So, how do you think this match is going to go? Because, realistically, as much as I want to believe that it's going to happen, and not in a good way, that Bryan will turn and be with Rowan and Harper, I can't imagine they'll do that.
I'm going to have to say Roman's going to win because they've been punishing him long enough.
He's lost a lot.
And so he has to get the win. Otherwise, they're going to make him look like a wuss.
So, then the thing with that is, how would you put Rowan and Harper together in this and build them up like this and then just have them lose?
Because it's Roman Reigns. He can do anything.
That's true. But I'm going to go out on possibly a limb and say Rowan and Harper win. I mean, obviously they'd pin Bryan and not Roman.
Oh, yeah.
If they win.
Yeah.
Or if not, it could just be Superman Roman Reigns and he'll beat both of them by himself.
Yeah, and he'll probably take out Daniel Bryan just for good measure.
Yeah. We have the Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks Hell in a Cell match for the Women's Championship.
This is Becky all the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, to preface this, that this is probably one of my favorite feuds going into this. I mean, there's only 3 matches.
I was going to say, there's not a big pool to choose from.
But they've kept it simple. They haven't done anything stupid, like with the Roman Reigns and all that. And it's been simple. Sasha being the heel, they did the whole thing at Clash of Champions, which I didn't really like the way they finished that match, but the whole go-home thing, Becky says that Sasha made it personal, so this, on Hell in a Cell, Becky will make it painful. So they've done a simple build.
Yeah, but it's a good build.
Yeah. But I will disagree. I think Sasha's going to win here.
You really think they're going to take the title off Becky right now?
The reason is I think Becky is going to be drafted to SmackDown next week. Because she has been at the forefront for a lot of the advertising for SmackDown on Fox.
Oh, has she?
And yeah, her, Roman Reigns, and then
I knew Brock was.
Yeah, Brock, and then it goes to Rock and Hulk Hogan and all that stuff. But I think that.
But is that just a one-off for the premiere?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it's been in the advertising that's advertising SmackDown on Fox, so it could just be for the first episode. Maybe. But, I mean, it's all subject to change.
Of course.
But I think that they want all hands on deck for that show.
Yeah. And
I think Becky is, of course, the biggest star in the women's division, excluding Ronda Rousey.
And so we don't know her fate of wrestling, you'd have to say Becky Lynch is.
And if Ronda returns, I would assume that it's going to be on SmackDown. Because that's where they want to draw the ratings to.
Yeah, but you're also taking a lot of big-name people away from Raw and not putting any more back.
Yeah, it's very true. And
But they got to have you. They want Fox happy, but they have to keep USA happy too.
That's right. So
maybe the wild card rule will stay in effect.
They could do that 3 weeks from now. No joke. But I think Becky will be on SmackDown, and I think at some point down the line we're going to get the Becky Lynch versus Ronda singles match for the SmackDown Women's title. What, at WrestleMania, where we can't go to? I know, unfortunate, right? Yeah, the match I wanted. Yeah, we're still waiting for our refund on that.
Yeah. Haven't even got an email back.
That's tongue-in-cheek, by the way. We didn't actually ask for a refund.
No.
Because I feel like people might take that seriously.
That's true, they might. No, we did not. It's just, we feel we should get it because that was one of the main reasons to go. One of the best matches was
I think we were going to go...
We were going to go anyway.
Yeah, there was nothing on the card when we bought the tickets.
No, just rumors.
Yeah. And the rumor at that point was Becky versus Ronda.
Yeah, and it had my hopes up.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Charlotte had to get her ass thrown into it.
So, we'll get to
throw that with the bottle incident. The water bottle, man, just ruined my night.
Never forget that Chris was denied the use of a bottle cap. Little did we know we should have smuggled bottle caps into the arena.
I would have never thought bottle caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're afraid I'm going to throw it in the ring, but it's okay to throw a full water bottle.
Yeah. No kidding. What I assume will be the main event, Seth Rollins versus the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Side note, I don't like how commentary always calls him the Fiend, Bray Wyatt.
No, it should just be the Fiend.
Yeah, because Bray Wyatt is who you see in the Firefly Funhouse.
He's without the mask.
Yeah, the Fiend should just be the Fiend.
Yeah, I agree. And I've actually thought that myself. It's like, it's not the Fiend Bray Wyatt, it's just the Fiend.
Yeah, they have to make everything.
But why is he using the mandible claw?
I like that he's using that, honestly.
I'm just curious why. I don't have a problem with it.
It started when he did it to Mick Foley on one of those Raw shows.
Well, what he should do is use that Legends finisher on them.
And, yeah, just whoever it is.
Yeah.
I think the reason that they did that was so that he basically just took it from Mick Foley. And it's a good move for that character.
Oh, no, it fits. It fits good.
But what I think is missing is that it's never really explained why that hold works the way it does.
Yeah.
And Foley was on one of the, I think it might have been the Clash of the SummerSlam pre-show, when it was going to be Fiend versus Balor. And Foley, on this pre-show, and I remember even watching it, I watched the pre-show for whatever reason.
Wow, you never watch pre-shows.
But Foley, just went into detail how there's nerves underneath the tongue, that when you're doing that, you're pinching those nerves. Because if you don't explain that, it just looks like he's fingering his mouth.
Yeah, here, suck on my fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back in the day when Mankind started using it, they did explain it.
Right.
Of course, that's been a long time. So obviously you're right. A lot of new generation watchers probably don't understand what the hell are they doing. Was he checking his nail polish? What the hell?
This looks kinky.
Yeah. It's PG-13, hey.
Yeah, but going into the match, I get the sick feeling that they're going to do something to somehow evade putting the title on Bray.
I wouldn't mind that, as long as the feud keeps going, and even at, say, Saudi Arabia, put the title on Bray.
I think they have to put the title on him here.
But he hasn't really... I'm not going to say he hasn't had a build, because he has, but the feud between him and Rollins hasn't had much.
Well,
just a couple...
The build has essentially been the first few weeks, Bray or the Fiends took out whoever Rollins was in the ring with.
Yeah.
And he left Rollins be.
Yeah.
But then this Monday, among other ridiculousness that happened on that show, the end was Bray finally lays out Rollins. So, my original theory was, and he's kind of said this in the Firefly Funhouse, is that he's protecting Seth Rollins. So I was wondering, like, maybe he'll just get up and leave himself, and that'll be the end of the match. But I think that would be so terrible.
Is he going to try and turn Rollins into a fiendish
That's something I hadn't thought of.
You know, try and start a new, like Wyatt family?
Yeah.
A Fiend family?
The Fiend family. Yeah. Maybe. This is... I agreed with... I think we both agreed that this shouldn't have been a match that was made, and that they should have had Bray been built up more with the new character and build into a WrestleMania match or a bigger level match down the line.
He's only had, one match?
As this character, Fiend? Yes.
Yeah, and to me that's not enough to have a good build for a title match.
Yeah, I agree. But now that they've put him in this spot, I feel like if you don't put the title on him, then it's going to really halt the momentum that he's garnered to this point. Unless
Rollins does like a cheap shot to win, like a low blow.
Yeah, but I feel like that goes into the start-stop-push sort of thing.
And I think that's just a Brock Lesnar kind of thing.
Right. There's the possibility Braun Strowman could get involved because Bray laid him out a couple weeks ago.
Which is hard to believe.
Yeah, but I mean...
It wasn't really realistic looking. I mean, come on now. Bray Wyatt is a big dude, and I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Strowman is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
And I don't care what nerves you pinch. A 6'8", 320-pound muscular guy is going to defend himself to some point.
Yeah, it's because he's just too mesmerized by the screeching and the lights and all that.
It's like, ooh, the light go off. Like, come on.
They always get that shot, like, where the Fiend is just, like, standing over the person. Like, my favorite was with Kane. Do you remember that? Like, Kane is literally just looking down. Mm-hmm. And then turns around into it.
Yeah. But it was cool to see Kane.
Yeah.
Just because you don't get to see him very much.
Yeah.
And he can still do it.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with the Fiends winning this match. And I think he'll carry the Raw side of things. Even though it was reported that Fox want Bray, but they can only want so many people.
Yeah, I mean, you can want all you want, but it's not your decision who goes where. Yeah,
it was WrestleVote's report who's been dead on with things, because I don't know if you saw that they reported like the exact commentary team that they went with. They reported that it was going to be Vic Joseph and Dio Madden on Raw and Colin Graves on SmackDown.
We had the King.
Yeah, they added Lawler.
Was that just a specialty?
Well,
like a one-off?
The deal was that Heyman wanted Vic and Dio, but Vince thought that putting those two guys on commentary together when nobody really knew them wouldn't be a good idea, so he wanted to have a familiar face.
Okay, well, that makes sense, though.
Yeah, I can't disagree with him.
Because I didn't know these people.
Yeah, they're the 205 Live commentary team.
Oh, okay, well, that's why I didn't know them.
Yeah, exactly.
So are you telling me that 205 is being disbanded? Because that was a rumor I've read.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know that.
But, I mean, if they're taking their announcer or their commentators...
Yeah, they put someone else there. I don't remember.
And there was something I read. I don't know if it was Buddy Murphy or whoever it was, but it was about how much he really weighs since 205 Live is over.
Yes. Well...
Or something like that.
Yeah, it was Buddy Murphy, but...
I don't know how much he really weighs, but he's got to be over 205.
Well, his deal was that he actually bulked up after leaving 205 Live, because he talked about in an interview that one of the reasons that he wasn't used when he got drafted to SmackDown was because he wanted to take the time to bulk up, because he's going to be in the ring with bigger dudes.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
But now... I don't know what the excuse is, because he hasn't been seen since he beat Daniel Bryan, I'm pretty sure.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks. They had him in that Roman storyline, and then just dropped out of that, and nothing with him.
Yeah.
So, what do we think could get added to this Hell in a Cell match show? I mean, Charlotte versus Bayley, possibly.
There's got to be a tag title match of some kind.
So, we have...
Isn't there a women's tag title match?
No.
There should be, because they weren't defended last pay-per-view, were they?
They were on the pre-show, I think.
Is it the pre-show? Oh, yeah.
Against Sonya and Mandy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Does that count since it's pre-show?
It depends on who you ask, I guess. But, Charlotte versus Bayley, as you said earlier, could be one that gets added. I don't think that they will.
Probably not, but it's just a possibility.
Yeah. As far as tag titles, Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode just beat Heavy Machinery for the titles on Monday.
Which sucks, because I think Heavy Machinery would be a good tag team champion.
Maybe. I don't think they're there yet, but I think that they can continue to be an entertaining act.
Oh, they're definitely an entertaining act.
Yeah, but
I gotta say, Otis need to put them straps back up.
I love it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's funny as hell, but he just looks so weird without it.
But I feel like that's the point.
Well, I mean, if that's the point, mission accomplished. It
definitely grabs your attention.
Well, yeah, you see this, 350-pound dude with no shirt on coming out.
Well, not just that he's 350 pounds, the shape of this man.
Yeah, he's just, I don't know, round.
Yeah.
I mean, he's necklace.
Yes.
I mean, you can't buy the dude a necklace. It'd sit on his chin.
As far as the SmackDown tag titles, the Revival hold those. And I don't know who that...
No competitors.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where the Usos been? Are they being punished?
Well, they're supposed to come back at the draft, apparently.
Yeah, but I mean, have they been being punished for the drinking stuff?
Assumingly.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I don't really know what else there is. I mean,
the U.S. title?
Could there be Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio out of nowhere? I don't know.
I don't know. Rey Mysterio is probably still licking his wounds.
Yeah.
And Dominic's.
Right. I can't really think of anything else that they could add.
Yeah, I really can't.
They could do a Brock versus Kofi rematch, I guess, if it ends in some sort of non-finish.
I could see that, but I think being the season premiere on Fox,
they won't do that.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah.
Fox wants a definitive winner.
Probably. Especially if that's going to be the main event of their show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all we got, I guess.
Yeah, I can't think of nothing else.
Yeah. All right.